There's something interesting about silence. Not awkward silence, not empty silence, but the kind of silence that doesn't need to be filled. In certain rooms, silence isn't absence, it's a signal. And the higher level of power in that room, the less anyone feels the need to speak. In a world that constantly signals, constantly announces, and constantly performs, silence has become rare. And rarity, as we know, is one of the most powerful signals of value. We often associate status with visibility, being seen, being recognized, being talked about. But when you look closely at how power actually moves in the world, not socially, not performatively, but structurally, you'll notice something unexpected. The most powerful forces tend to be the quietest. They don't announce, they don't persuade, they don't chase attention. They assume presence. And luxury understands this deeply. Loudness exists for one reason: to compensate. When something lacks certainty, it amplifies itself. When something lacks trust, it repeats itself. When something fears being overlooked, it raises its voice. This isn't just branding, it's nervous system behavior. Loud signals come from a place of urgency, and quiet signals come from a place of safety. And safety is what authority feels like. Silence communicates one thing very clearly: I don't need to convince you. That sentence alone carries more weight than any display. In luxury spaces, silence is engineered intentionally. Think about environments where the staff speaks softly, movements are deliberate, and nothing is rushed, and nothing is explained unless asked. The silence isn't emptiness, it's containment, and containment signals power. Here's the part people don't talk about. Silence feels uncomfortable, not because it's empty, but because it removes distraction. When things go quiet, we're left with ourselves, our thoughts, our impulses, our need to fill space. Most people rush to speak, not because they have something to say, but because silence reveals uncertainty. Luxury understands this. That is why it doesn't rush to meet you halfway. Luxury brands rarely over-explain. They don't justify pricing, they don't chase validation, over-educate, or flood you with urgency. They trust the object to speak. They trust the environment to hold meaning. They trust the client to arrive ready. Silence becomes a filter. If you're comfortable in it, you'll feel like you belong. If you're not, you self-select out. Performance needs reaction. Presence does not. Performance asks, "Did you see me?" Presence assumes you already feel this. This is why silence often feels heavier than noise. Noise moves outward, silence moves inward, and influence that moves inward lasts longer. True confidence doesn't fill space, it allows space. It doesn't interrupt, it doesn't rush, and it doesn't dominate. It waits. Silence isn't passive, it's intentional restraint. And restraint is one of the most expensive signals there is. This isn't just about brands, it's about leadership, presence, identity. People who are secure don't rush to prove themselves. They don't explain before being asked. They don't chase attention. They move slowly. They speak deliberately. They leave space. And in that space, others lean in. Our nervous systems respond to silence as information. When something doesn't push us, we assume it doesn't need to. When something doesn't explain itself, we assume it's already established. Silence creates perceived depth, and depth is far more compelling than volume. When everything speaks at once, nothing feels important. When everything tries to stand out, nothing does. This is why silence feels luxurious now. Because it's rare, because it's unbothered, because it refuses to compete. And luxury doesn't compete, it waits. Silence isn't about absence. It's about confidence in what remains. It says, I trust the signal without amplification. The trust, real trust, is the foundation of power. So the next time something feels loud, urgent, or desperate to be seen, notice that. And the next time something feels quiet, contained, unmoved by your reaction, notice that too. Silence is never empty. It's selective. And in a world full of noise, that selectivity has become the ultimate status symbol. This is the luxury effect, where power isn't loud, presence isn't rushed, and meaning isn't forced.